for so long, De La Soul's music was not available to be streamed. That's a really relative phenomenon, like February. I mean, how bittersweet was it kind of that Dave's transitioning years passing took place like right around the same time, like your celebration concert for the fact that your catalog was becoming widely available sort of was like a memorial in a way, or a wake.
Well, those words, bittersweet, has been somewhat cliched in this situation.
Okay.
It's been hard to celebrate. It's awkward. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's empty. It's I'm mustering up energy at times. I can choke up a lot. Every now and again, it's like crying is like sporadic. It's like it comes out of nowhere. Laughing as well. I think the most therapeutic thing for me is facing it, showing up and facing it, confronting it, and instead of just running and hiding, because it does hurt really bad. So to be honest with you, yeah, bittersweet is the word, is the term to use. Just as much it was a joyous occasion, it's extremely sad and bad when he's not here in the physical to celebrate with us.
Right.
He's not here in the physical to enjoy it. Everything that we talked about 48 hours before he passed, granted, we always knew he wasn't quite really all that healthy, but we didn't never expect death.
He was supposed to be there at that celebration in New York that night, the one that
Yeah, absolutely. That was already planned to be the release date, and it ended up turning into a memorial service. We were on the fence of whether we were going to have it or not, until I was really upset. I was in a dark space. So Paz came to my house and grabbed me out my little hole that I was in. And we spent days together and we talked about, should we still have it? And he came up with the greatest idea that I thought was perfect. He was like, yeah, we need to celebrate this like that New Year's Eve party in Beach Street and let it be about Dave, the release, but Dave and his legacy and our legacy. And it ended up working out perfect. It turned out perfect. It was a perfect storm, I guess you would say, because all our friends came out, everybody we grew up with. The performance was incredible. The love in the room, it was good.
Do you mind me asking about that last conversation you had 48 hours for? Completely respect if you don't want to talk about it.
It was a lot of love. It was a lot of I love yous. It was a lot of let's go. It was a lot of thank you, Mace.
Oh, I'm so glad you had that conversation.
Yeah. Thank you to me meant everything.
Yeah, I'm really glad you had that conversation, and also really glad that this music is going to be, as we are talking about, heard by a lot of people who never really had a chance to explore it before. What else do you attribute De La Soul's long keeping in the public consciousness, even when you had all these kind of obstacles against you?
3 Black men sticking together, honestly. Far so, and here it is, I have to emphasize 3 Black men, far so, much we don't really stick together, you find artists going solo and things of that nature. We all came in with the same common goal, to be a group, to be De La Soul. There was even moments encouraging Paz to do a solo album, but he never stepped out to do it. I think he's definitely going to obviously do it now, but no one had that agenda. And I think sticking together actually says a lot. As simple as that may seem, it says a lot to our genre. It says a lot to our culture, and it says a lot to the music business in general for bands who couldn't really hold it together, I
Mm-hmm.
think that speaks volumes.
Do you mind me asking if you do intend to continue to make music under the De La Soul name, without, in light of recent tragedy? Is that okay for me to
I
ask that?
have to. I have to. I have a responsibility, not only to what we've created, but to Dave and his legacy. That is necessary. He's just transitioned. He's still here with us.
Mm-hmm.
His energy is widely spreaded. You know, I think anybody who's been touched by this music can feel his presence every time a song comes on. I feel his presence a lot. You know, and based on the conversation that we've had amongst one another, amongst family and friends, and let alone his immediate family, yeah, myself and Pops, we have a responsibility to do it the way we actually said we was going to do it till we die or till we break up. And obviously, we never broke up. So every member has to actually die before this thing can be over.